A very good afternoon to you. This is TV47 at 1. My name is Wakio Mzenge and we're here to bring you up to speed with the stories that are making headline. Let's get started. Tributes continue to pour in from leaders across the country following the passing of veteran consultant, obstetrician and gynecologist Job Masahue Lukuru Obwaka. Dr. Obwaka is being remembered as a man of integrity, a dedicated medical professional, and a trailblazer whose contribution to Kenya's healthcare system will be felt for generations. He previously served as chairman of the board at the Nairobi Hospital, where he played a key role in shaping medical practice and governance. Dr. Obwaka passed away on Friday, May 1st, 2026 at around 7 p.m. at the very institution where he spent much of his career serving patients and advancing healthcare. His death was confirmed by his wife, Eva Rose Obwaka, with hospital sources indicating that he was rushed there but was declared dead upon arrival. And the rains are back, and so is a familiar story. Rising waters, sinking homes, and a country once again put to the test. But beyond the downpour, a bigger question is surfacing. Are we ever truly ready? Tonight, we delve into how the wrath of Mother Nature knocks once again, pounding through Syokimau, Katani, and Kicheko, leaving a trail of disruption in its wake. Munene John was on the ground and now brings you Wrath of Mother Nature.
The rains have returned, and with them a crisis Kenya knows all too well. In Syokimau's Kicheko slums, floodwaters snake through homes, swallowing belongings and leaving families stranded. What was once shelter is now a pool of muddy water.
Hii mvua ilianza tangu juzi. Sipakuwa juzi haikunyesha, hiyo kesho ilikuwa sijui ni siku gani. Juzi ilikuwa ni siku gani. Sasa jana ilinyesha kuanzia saa 4 mpaka asubuhi. Hatujalala.
In the nearby Katani area, roads have turned into rivers, with vehicles crawling through flooded streets as traffic grinds to a halt. Commuters are stranded, businesses disrupted, lives paused.
Place ina flood hivi kukinyesha, so gava inafaa iunde drainage kama ni fungua mvua maji ipate njia yake. So unaona venye hali iko.
This is not new. It is a cycle, one that repeats itself every time the skies open up. And once again, the big question lingers. Why does the country still seem unprepared? In Katani, frustration is boiling. Residents are pointing fingers at the Kenya Airports Authority, accusing it of neglect and inaction. They claim floodwaters flow from land surrounding the airport, pouring into homes with no proper drainage system in place.
KAA dug a security trench back in the years that is bringing all the water from the airport to this point. People are unable to access their homes. Children are unable to go to school.
Efforts to engage both the Kenya Airports Authority and the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, residents say, have yielded nothing but silence.
We've actually tried all measures. This has been the norm every time it rains. And it's unfortunate that when it's dry, that's when you see leaders here. But now, where are they?
A spot check by TV47 paints a clear picture. Blocked, shallow, and in some areas completely missing drainage systems. And as the water rises, so does the urgency for action. What we've seen on the ground paints a worrying picture. Homes submerged, roads cut off, and waters rising with little warning. It is a situation that not only exposes the scale of the damage, but also raises tough questions about preparedness, drainage infrastructure, and whether lessons from past floods were really applied. Munene John for TV47 from Machakos County.
Still on matters floods, Hussein Alaso, the Kirinyaga County Commissioner, has warned residents in flood-prone areas of Mwea to remain vigilant and take precautionary measures as heavy rains continue to pound the region. Speaking on the 30th of April 2026 during a development tour ahead of the President's visit, Alaso cautioned that residents in low-lying areas face an increased risk of flooding due to swelling rivers and possible overflows. He urged the public to closely monitor weather updates and relocate to safer ground where necessary to avoid loss of life and property. At the same time, the county commissioner raised concern over a surge in cattle theft cases in Mwea and its environs, describing the trend as alarming. He warned perpetrators that security agencies have intensified operations, directing the Ngao security team to work closely with residents in identifying suspects. Alaso emphasized the importance of community policing, assuring the public that any information shared will be handled confidentially.
Naweza kuhimiza wakazi wa Mwea West, hasa wakati huu wa mvua, wawe makini. Haswa wale wanaishi sehemu ya dhiba na sehemu ya mto, wajikinge sana, wawe hadhari, waweze kujitunga. Kama kuna mafuriko, waweze kuondoka kufika mahali ambapo ya juu. Tunahimiza wakazi wasingoje wakuja wasombwe na maji na wanyama yao. Wakiona kama saa hii tumeona tayari kuna dalili ya mvua kila mahali na inanyesha. Kwa hivyo tunahimiza wakazi wa sehemu ya Mwea na sehemu za chini wawe waangalifu zaidi, hasa wakati huu wa mvua. Pia nikiwa hapo nitaweza kushauri wakulima, hasa wale fuga ng'ombe, wale kuna wizi hapa na pale ya ng'ombe. Tumeweza kupata isolated incidents ya wizi wa ng'ombe. Ninauliza machifu wetu na maofisa wetu wa utawala washirikiane pamoja na wazee na watu wa nyumba 10, wazee wa community policing.
In other news, the Export Processing Zones Authority has responded to concerns raised by workers at the Athi River-based Intimate Hela factory over the non-payment of their terminal dues following recent protests. In a letter dated 2nd of May 2026, the authority confirmed that an investor who exited the zone 2 months ago failed to meet the April 30th deadline to settle the dues. EPZ has now pledged to work with relevant government agencies to ensure affected workers are paid, even as it urges calm among those impacted. The protests involving hundreds of workers turned chaotic after police used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Workers cited abrupt termination without notice and unpaid dues as their main grievances. At the time of closure, the factory employed about 2,000 people. Employees are now calling for investigations into claims that some companies exit the market without settling obligations, only to rebrand and return later. The Athi River EPZ currently hosts 19 factories and employs about 25,000 workers.
Na mahali nimesimama hapa niko na machungu, na machungu yangu ya kwanza ni kwa kuwa hatuali alifikishiwa ripoti ya kwamba hatujalipwa. Na mimi kila mwezi nilikuwa nakatwa pesa ya union. Hiyo pesa union saa hii wamesherekea Vika County. Ndio tusiwafikie tuwaulize pesa yetu iko wapi. Tivunizi kwa Labor Day wakati nyinyi mnasherekea, mimi sisherekei kwa sababu mimi niko na shida. Rais uko wapi? Chebi ulituambia tunalipwa pesa, unatutetea.
Nimetoka all the way from Bungoma kuja kutafuta kazi EPZ zone, na ambapo nimedhulumiwa hii siku ya Labor Day. Hakuna kitu naweza jivunia, hakuna kitu mtoto wangu anaweza jivunia.
Alfred Mutai and Kuria Kimani have issued a strong warning to school principals against the unauthorized increase of school fees in both primary and secondary institutions. The lawmakers say they have received a rising number of complaints from parents struggling with escalating education costs, stressing that any fee hikes outside government-approved guidelines are illegal and must stop immediately. They caution that principals who defy the regulations risk facing strict disciplinary action.
Kuna mashule ambayo wamekuwa extortionist. wametafuta njia ya kupora wazazi fees. Wametengeneza fee structures yenye haiko in existence. Na nchi yetu iko na sheria. Viongozi wa shule kuanzia principal na board. Endi kauli yote nyinyi mnafanya, mfanye kauli mkijua wazazi ndio wenye wanalipa fees, hata nyinyi pia ni wazazi. Usifungue biashara, don't privatize a school that is a public school na iko na regulations ambayo inasimamia guidelines ya payment of school fees.
Madarasa yote ya CDF tunajenga darasa na tunaweka nini? Sasa hii pesa mwalimu anaenda kuitisha desk nyingine, kwani mwanafunzi anakalia desk mbili? Mwalimu yoyote ambaye atatuma mwanafunzi nyumbani kwa sababu ya desk, that is a criminal and should be arrested. Because NGCDF, for every class we build, tunaweka nini?
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta has lashed out at President William Ruto, accusing him of attempting to silence him from participating in the country's political discourse. Uhuru urged the president to emulate his predecessor Mwai Kibaki, who never gagged former President Daniel Arap Moi. The former president made the remarks in Narok, where he addressed residents through his brother's phone, Muhoho Kenyatta. He termed his participation in national politics as a democratic right. Uhuru also rallied behind Jubilee Deputy Party leader Fred Matiang'i, describing him as a capable leader who deserves the presidency. Jubilee Party officials who spoke during a Thanksgiving ceremony for Party Secretary General Moitalel Ole Kental also urged President Ruto to stop interfering in the party's internal affairs.
Sasa mimi nikiongea maneno mbili tatu naambiwa wewe umeritaya kwenda nyumbani. Kwa nini hawakuambia Moi aritaya aende nyumbani? Mimi kwa ukweli siko kwa active politics, lakini nina haki ya kutetea chama changu. Nina haki ya kusimama na chama changu. Nina haki ya kutetea chama changu. Mimi hakuna kiti yeyote mimi natafuta. Lakini mimi ni mwanachama wa Jubilee kwa hali, kwa mali, kwa damu.
Na wale ambao wanataka kufuruga chama chetu kutumia vibaraka, na wale wananunua usiku, wanalipanga usiku, tuwaeleze hivi. Tumewakana wakwende kabisa na tuko tayari kuendeleza chama chetu. Wakati mimi nafikiria kwa nini ninatafuta uongozi wa nchi, Narok is one of those reasons. Hii county imeporwa na wakubwa wa serikali, wanachukua mashamba, licenses zingine zinatolewa pande ile za mining. Sidhani kama wananchi wa Narok hapa, hata viongozi wa county assembly wanaelewa ni kitu gani kinaendelea.
Former Kirinyaga woman representative Wangui Ngirishi has launched a renewed and energetic bid for the county's top seat. Shrugging off her recent exit from the Kenya Seed Company, where she served as chairperson for 3 years, Ngirishi is currently traversing Kirinyaga County, rallying support ahead of the next general election. Speaking to residents during her tours of Kanyekini, Kariti and Kieni wards, Ngirishi acknowledged her departure from the Kenya Seed Company, citing what she described as a remarkable turnaround during her tenure. She warned against divisive politics and electoral malpractice, claiming her previous defeat was marred by irregularities. Ngirishi also condemned the rising cases of political violence, accusing some leaders of hiring goons to disrupt rival meetings.
Mimi nimesema hizi vyama zote, bora inasema vile mnataka, bora ni united opposition. Mimi nitakuja na moja wa hizo, mnichague, mchague MCAs, mchague MPs, mchague wengine wote, alafu tukae kama Kenya moja and we debate on the development and the forward movement of Kenya County. That is the debate I want. Unataka hivyo nyinyi? Bora mimi nisikize vile mnasema na naenda na fomu yenu, ambayo fomu yenu ni harambee.
And now let's take a short break, pay some bills. We'll be right back, so don't go too far.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me.
Nitumie ni line. Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero make a beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
We won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Ooh, yeah. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time,
This is TV47 at 1. Welcome back. Let's get back to the news. Busia woman representative Catherine Omayo has claimed she is the legitimate Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, stating that her position is in line with the party constitution following her appointment 2 months ago by the party's National Executive Committee. Omayo, who spoke in Nambale, Busia County, lashed out at Edwin Sifuna and his Linda Mwananchi allies for allegedly creating confusion within the party. Although she was not approved by the Special Delegates Convention last month after a court directed that the matter be resolved internally, Omayo is currently recognized by law as the party's Deputy Secretary General.
Unajua unaweza angalia mtu tu unamsize, unatuma vitisho, unafanya nini? Mimi niliiva siasa kitambo kuanzia 2007. Sasa hiyo vitisho najua ni hiyo tu ya kusema aka tukikatishatisha hivi na tumetume hizo threats kata resign aka hata miezi 3 hazipiti. Haki ya Mungu zinapita. Hata mwaka itapita. Hata miaka 5. Hapo na mwenye atataka kuchukua hiki kiti tukutane kwa election ile inaitwa NDC ya ODM, watangaze na namba 1 kwa wale wamejisajili ni Catherine Omayo. Wakirusha nitarusha, wakitoa makucha na mimi niko nazo, wakitoa meno na mimi yangu hata sijang'oa yoyote.
A high-level delegation from Niger State has commended Murang'a County for its innovation and strategic investment in healthcare during a benchmarking visit aimed at enhancing service delivery through shared learning. Led by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Usman Abdullahi Imam, the team toured the county to study its people-centered healthcare systems and exchange ideas on improving medical services. Among the key areas of interest were the telemedicine program, which has expanded access to specialist care, and teleradiology, which enables timely diagnosis through remote imaging services. Murang'a Governor Irungu Kangata reaffirmed the county's commitment to innovation, noting that it remains focused on leveraging technology and partnerships to deliver affordable, quality and efficient healthcare services.
So when we came, we primarily want to learn a few things about health. Clearly, we have seen how the telemedicine is being deployed. And in particular, what they talked about, which is virtual consultation and virtual diagnosis.
The automation in health care, the telemedicine, the technologies, the dialysis system, such. And they might replicate that back in Nigeria. And we are happy. We also get new ideas from other places and countries and places. So it's all about collaboration and learning.
And road safety remains a major concern across East Africa, with the region recording a high fatality rate of about 19.6 deaths per 100,000 people. The crisis is worsened by increasing accidents involving vulnerable road users such as pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. Key contributing factors including speeding, poorly maintained vehicles, inadequate road infrastructure and drunk driving. Speaking at a road safety awareness workshop in Nairobi, stakeholders noted that despite over 35 years of experience in the transport sector, Kenya continues to lead in the region. However, they emphasize the urgent need to strengthen safety measures to curb rising fatalities.
There is a problem of safety culture in Rwanda. The transporters in Kenya here are way ahead in this East African region. We don't have that safety culture in Rwanda and other parts of East Africa. Because safety is one thing that cannot be handed over. Safety will be something he will have earned from the effort of all of us who have put in the effort on safety. Safety is life. If we are safe in all aspects. We need to continue embracing the safety culture.
Still on matters transport, the Truckers Association of Kenya has announced plans to increase transport charges from 12.5% to 25%, citing rising fuel costs and a growing tax burden. Speaking in Mombasa, transporters led by their chairman, Raphael Lamuya, criticized the government for failing to involve them in key decisions affecting the sector, which plays a vital role in the economy. They warned that the proposed increase could drive up the cost of essential goods, placing additional strain on consumers.
Hilo tunaomba serikali ikubali zile bodies ambazo zinahusishwa kama Kenya Roads Board, Kura, Kera, and TSA. Those bodies should accept na wawe wametupa slot ya truckers ili wakati hizi changes zinafanywa sisi tuweze kuchangia na ili wakifanya decision iwe ni decision ambayo hayumizi mtu yoyote yule.
So I'm urging the government and the county government, at least if they can unify those charges to one license that enables a transporter to work anywhere within the country with only one permit, it would be good. But now NTSA, today they have this regulation. Let's put speed, you call them what? Speed limiters. After a while, no, we don't want this kind of a speed limiter, we need telematics. And the previous one was working well.
From transport matters, let's move to sporty matters. Excitement is building ahead of a thrilling weekend of domestic cup action as the FKF Cup enters its decisive quarter-final stage. all eyes will be on the clash between Nairobi United and KCB FC at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, a match expected to be intense as both teams chase a semi-final spot. Elsewhere, Ulinzi Stars will face Tusker FC, while Shabana FC take on Kenya Police FC. Coastal side Bandari FC will battle Mfalme FC at the KPA Sports Club.
It was a second tier division. Then saizi tuko top level league hapa Kenya. Umeona so league kwanza ni tofauti, alafu pia ball pia ni tofauti kidesign sababu chini it's about physics sana, but ukikam to top level now it's about mentality and tactical discipline.
Pamoja na wale makocha ambao walikuwa pale na kamati ya ufundi pamoja na management walifanya kazi nzuri sana kuweza kushinda ili kikombe la Mozartbet last edition. Tuko katika edition nyingine, tuko katika robo finali. Inamaanisha kwamba malengo yetu kama club ya kutaka kuhifadhi ili kombe tena iko katika njia nzuri. Kwa hivyo vijana wanazidi kujinoa. Hata leo tumekuwa kwa mazoezi tukijinoa, tukijipanga ili tuweze kucheza dhidi ya KCB ambayo tutacheza nao siku ya Jumapili. Kwa hivyo Nairobi United imejiweka katika hali ya kukua klabu ambayo inaweza shinda ili kombe mara mbili zikifuatana.
Internationally, all eyes turn to Newcastle United as they host Brighton
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me.
Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-fi? Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea. The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
Me, I won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that a hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in East and Central Africa.
And that wraps up TV47 at 1. Enjoy the rest of your viewing and be sure to catch on the match at 5 p.m. because it's airing live on TV47. Have a good afternoon.